Welcome to Vibrant Numerals. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I use astrocartography and numerology together. And we're going to use the GNX Tour in Toronto on Friday the 13th as our example. I'm Elizabeth, and I help spiritual practitioners and number enthusiasts apply numerology to their practice and to their everyday life. So we'll begin this discussion with the numerology and the life path number of hip hop itself. So we are able to apply numerology and astrology and all of these different divination aspects to things like countries or cultures or movements or specific events. And so in this case, we're applying numerology to hip hop, to the birth of hip hop. It actually has a birthday that we use. And so then the life path number of hip hop is 42, and that goes to a 6. So just in general, with that life path number, hip hop was birthed into this world to be a blending of the minds. It's when the minds are coming together. And we see this very clearly when we see how we are getting these songs that are just so masterfully put together and with multiple minds together. It's the blending of the minds. I do believe hip hop is one of the genres of music, and maybe all the genres are getting to that point where it has to be more blending of the minds. As the technology improves, now we can blend these minds and these ideas and these talents even more. Hip hop is a star for that. It was brought into this world for that purpose. It also, though, is resonating at this 6, which does two things. It provides a comfort zone because 6 is all about comfort zone. So it provides a comfort zone. So these are the types of vibrations where they make friends easily. Um, they make friends easily. It provides a comfortable place for people to come in. People are welcome to come in. But on the flip side of that, it also challenges your comfort zones, where in hip hop and hip hop itself will be the place where it's challenging what you're comfortable with. Like, why are you comfortable acting that way, treating people that way, or doing something deviant within our culture? And that's where enemies are made. So when you see and you think about hip hop being a comfortable space, it provides a comfortable space for everybody, but you still have to have your act right. And so then we can take this hip hop chart and we can apply it to astrocartography. And astrocartography is amazing. I love this as a tool where what we're doing is we're taking the astrological chart and we're placing it on a map. So then we can see where these vibrations are hitting. And so when we do this for us ourselves, like as an individual, we can find places where we can build a business, where we could write a book, and we don't even have to physically be there. We just have to channel that energy. It's, of course, more if you're actually there. But when you're thinking about moving or looking for a new career, a new job, these are what you can actually look at. It's really cool. And there's some really amazing experts that will actually put together mission maps for you based on your astrocartography. But here we have the astrocartography of hip hop, and I want to be able to do a deep dive into this at some point. So if that's something you're interested in, please let me know, and I'll make that sooner rather than later. But what this is showing us is what are the vibrations at each of these places. So when we think about the GNX Tour, the GNX Tour was first in Detroit, and then it went over the water and went over to Toronto. But both Detroit and Toronto sit on this blue line you see in that purple box there. Both of those cities are sitting right on that blue line. That blue line is the moon line. And on this moon line, this is a vibration of wearing your heart on your sleeve. And so this means that the artists that come out of Detroit and Toronto that wear their heart on their sleeves are going to be more successful because they're vibrating with hip hop. They're vibrating with that vibration that's naturally there. But this also means that anybody that goes to these places, if they are displaying their heart on their sleeves, they will be welcome there and they'll be very successful there also within hip hop. And so that's what I think we're seeing with this GNX tour, these last few dates when they were in Detroit and then going to Toronto, where Kendrick Lamar and SZA's music has always just been their unique artistry, just right out there for you to see. They show you exactly who they are. They through their artistry, they let you get to know them. They let you get to see all of their emotions and what they've experienced. You see it through all of their discography, whether it's a bop or not. Every song, everything has been wearing the heart on the sleeve and being vulnerable in a very beautiful way. And then with both of them now being, I don't even want to say older because I don't like dating myself either, but they're past these youth ages. They're into the ages where they're supposed to be building up their power. And the way that you wear your emotions on your sleeve are very different. So, any artists that do not mature out of wearing their hearts on the sleeve in a youthful way will not be seen as accepted or as genuine when they're in these areas on this line. If you're wearing your heart on your sleeve has maturity and true vulnerability and transparency behind it in a mature way, like maturely displaying your emotions is very different. And when you're doing that, now you're at a higher vibration on this moon line. And so this is what we've been able to witness, and it's been very amazing to see as the GNX Tour has moved into Toronto. Some of the other vibrations that we actually get to look at. So remembering that all of these vibrations are weaving together. And so astrocartography is just adding some of these vibrations that we can add to this weaving to really understand what's happening. But hip hop also, just like any individual, will have an individual vibrational day. And so on June 13th, Friday the 13th, hip hop itself was having a 50 vibrational day. And a 50 vibrational day is about happy changes. So, because 5 is about change, but the 0 is this divine energy. It's the energy we can't control. And when you just accept that you don't have that control, then that change just happens naturally. That's when it could be happy changes. It also is associated with rewards from past efforts. And so with the GNX Tour, there have been many, many years of past efforts and artistry to be able to get to this point. And so this is where now receiving those rewards is much more seamless. It's represented by the 10 of Cups in the tarot. And also the word joy resonates at this numerical vibration of 50. So on this day, June 13th, 2025 in Toronto, hip hop was vibrating with joy and receiving rewards of all past efforts, resonating in love and having happy changes. Now, every vibration actually comes into our energy as neutral, and then it's based on our perspective. So if you are resonating with this hip hop moment, then you can experience this in a very positive way. But if you are anti GNX Tour or anybody part of it, then you can experience this and have a very different perspective and resonate very differently with it. But the thing that's connecting the GNX Tour to the overall collective, so each of us as individuals, every single event has its own weaving of tapestry, but there's always some way where it's connecting to the bigger vibrational tapestry, more like a quilt, where the top layer of this quilt is all the same. It's one big piece, one big tapestry. But then underneath it, we have all of these smaller pieces that are fitting together and fitting on that larger piece. I'm going to figure it out. I'm starting to figure out better ways of explaining it. But this GNX Tour is really resonating with this 11 vibration that we're seeing very much so in the collective and in this energy right now. And it's coming from this 119. And some of the other phrases that also are resonating at this 119 that go along with being on that moon line and wearing those heart on your sleeves, expressing those emotions, and with that 50 of joy of hip hop and the love and happy changes are greatest self-love is 119. Birthright is 119. Better days. Better days coming for sure. Is definitely one that is connecting to the greater collective and also cultures, which I think is very significant and important because we've seen this GNX tour moving in and across and between cultures. And this was a really significant time point because this was the first time that it was happening outside of the continental US. And is that there's still this blending of minds and these cultures in that space as well. The last thing I'll mention for all my astrologers is that Jupiter has moved into Cancer on June 9th. And so then that's a big, huge vibration that's contributing to this moon line as well, because the moon rules Cancer. So this is an amazing tapestry, and now we have astrocartography that we're adding to this tapestry as well. So I'll be talking more about astrocartography. If you'd like to know more, please let me know. We'll be looking at how numerology and a lot of these other resources and tools can be used together. And what numerology adds when we weave those vibrations together. So thank you for joining me. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell. Thanks.